What's good, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of RS Weekend Telescope, where I'm giving you the updates on all things sports and cultural. As always, I'm your favorite presenter, SK, and it's been one crazy week, so let's not waste time. Let's look through the telescope. First thing we're going to take a look at is the world of girls hockey. So this past week, Arundel faced the Chesapeake girls, and in what I could say was the most intense match of hockey I have ever witnessed. Chesapeake took a 3-1 victory over the Arundel side, and to the Chizzy side, that was quite scary. But I am impressed, and a job well done to all of you and to your coach. Changing direction real quick, the Junior Sables under 20 side faced Harare Select team at Harare Sports Club on Friday, and this resulted in a massive victory for the Junior Sables side. And to the Junior Sables and to their coach, I'd say that was an amazing job, and we hope to see more of that in preparation for Kenya.
Pass over there! Yes! Nice one! That's gonna be strong. Yeah.
Right time, Delta Beverages, the makers of the Sable brand. Smooth and easy drinking. Sables.
Yes!
This past Saturday, Field 11 was the crime scene for what I can only describe to be the best match of rugby to ever be played. And this is with the St. John's College Rams and the Peterhouse Kings playing on that field. And in the first half, it could have been anyone's game. At one point, it was a John's game. At one point, victory should have gone to the Kings. But at the end of the day, victory indeed went to the Kings with a 38-31 victory. And to the Kings side, that was an amazing job. I thoroughly enjoyed hearing the results, and I look forward to your next match.
not our way. We didn't go the way it wanted to. Towards the end of the first half, I think it came right. We were expecting a better second half. It was tough. Pitas played their rugby. They played well. All respect to them for coming out to the victory. I think we just let it slip.
This probably cements us as probably one of the top sides in Zimbabwe right now, and we're just going to go up from here. Man, enjoy rugby, enjoy it. Enjoy the atmosphere, doesn't last long, and yeah, enjoy the ride.
1, 2, 3.
And now we're going to take a look at a sport that I personally believe has been neglected. Is it red? Is it yellow? Is it orange? No, it is perfect. It is magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Chevrons. The Zimbabwe cricket side just faced the West Indies side this past Saturday and took an amazing victory by 35 runs over that same team. And to the Zimbabwe Chevrons, I like to say that was amazing. But it's not the playing that I believe was my favorite part. The support. Ladies and gentlemen, the turnout was immense to see the Chevrons dominating at Harare Sports Club. And I can only imagine what's going to happen next when they play their next match. A change of direction, totally. The last 2 weeks, Prince Edward has been quite a crime scene on the stage, in the chapel, and in the music center. And I'm talking, of course, about the National Institute of Allied Arts Speech and Drama competition, which has been going on in full swing, and I can only say the adjudicators, albeit tough, have been giving out amazing grades for these amazing performances, and the festival is not over yet. So please do not forget to tune in to the social media pages and see just what is going on in the world of Allied Arts. Having gone on and on about all things sports and all things cultural and all things that might interest you, I believe it's time for another calmer session. And so please enjoy a sit down between myself and the coach of the Zimbabwe ladies under-21 hockey side, Mr. Brad Hewer. All right, joining me here on this show is Mr. Brad Hewer, who is the coach of the under-21 ladies hockey side, who just recently was awarded silver in Egypt. So, Mr. Brad Hewer, thank you for joining me on the show.
Thanks very much, Steve. Thanks for having me.
So, before we get into anything too detailed, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
So my name is Brad Hewer. I've been in the sport for way too long. Some are trying to force me into retirement, so I still play a little bit. But yeah, now I've taken up the role as an under-21 head coach. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've coached the under-16 ladies as well a few years ago. Otherwise just been coaching at schools and trying to give back to hockey as much as I can.
Interesting. Man of many talents. So, Mr. Hewer, just recently the under-21 side went to Egypt and performed miracles and was awarded silver. Why don't you tell us a bit about that?
So it was a great tournament. It was good for us. It was a little bit disappointing that a few of the teams pulled out just before the tournament started. It ended up only being 4 teams, but still we obviously knew what we had to do. Only first and second got a place in the World Cup. So we knew that we either had to come first or second. We knew that Kenya were going to be good. And we knew that Egypt at home were also going to be very good. And obviously we know South Africa, they are the team to beat basically. So we made the long trip up north to Egypt against all odds. We had many hurdles along the way, but yeah, managed to get there, and the girls played some incredible hockey, beating Egypt 4-0, then beating Kenya 7-0. Losing to South Africa 3-0 in the first game, and then getting another chance against them, and the girls put on an amazing show and narrowly lost 1-0 in a game where we even could have won the game. We could have equalized in the last few minutes, but yeah, it was really incredible being there.
But even so, being awarded silver is incredible given that now you've qualified to compete in Chile. So what's in store for us there?
Yeah, there's a lot of work to do. I think there's just the biggest thing is the individual work. I think like as a team and as a squad, the girls know what they need to do. It's just now individual work. You've got to keep that fitness up. Just got to keep working on your first touches. We've actually just had a session where I pretty much made the same talk, the same speech to them, where they just got to focus on their individual skill, their first touches, their passing. Everything has to be fluid, so we can worry about the tactics and how to beat the other teams.
So now, just recently there have been IPT trials and a couple names were selected to compete in the under 16 and under 18 side. So what advice would you give to any aspiring hockey players who hope to make the under 21 ladies squad?
I think you've got to be hard. I think there's such a huge step up from under 16, under 18 to under 21s, which I'm trying my hardest to change that mentality. Because even in school hockey, I feel like it's a lot, they're just too soft, like I know people say that hockey is a non-contact sport, but I don't know if you watch hockey, you can definitely see that that's not the truth. So we're just trying to get that mentality where you've got to be harder, you've got to believe in yourself. That's the other thing, we always, as Zimbabweans, we always go for this mentality where everything's against us, and then that's sort of the way we play. It's like, you make a mistake, it's okay, I didn't have breakfast this morning, something stupid like that. Whereas we've got to change the mentality, we've got to believe that we're better than everyone. So that's pretty much it. I'm just looking for confidence mainly, confidence in yourself, in your ability, and just make sure that your basics are up to scratch, because we don't really focus too much on that in the under 21 squad.
Amazing stuff. And to all our aspiring hockey players out there, I hope you have taken notes. So now, one last question that I would have for you. After the competition in Chile, what would you hope would happen next for the under 21 squad?
So we've got a pretty young squad. I think there's probably only currently in the squad that we have now, there's probably less than 10 players who wouldn't qualify for the next under 21 squad. So it's obviously too soon for me to talk. I don't know who's going to be the coach. Hoping it's me, but who knows? So they know each other. They've been playing together. So hopefully for the next World Cup, it just carries on sort of in that stage, and then it'll be those ones that are still of age, and then a few youngsters coming up to make up the numbers, but even to get them ready for the next World Cup. And then obviously the ones that are too old to play under 21s, I'm hoping that they'll then move into the ladies structure, and hoping that we just don't lose them, they don't just disappear into the dark. That they just keep playing and keep representing Zim.
So, given the competition in Chile is about to take place, the draw has been released as to which team will be competing with which. So, what is your opinion on the teams that Zimbabwe is drawn with?
Obviously, going into a World Cup, you know that there's never ever a weak team. Every team has worked hard to get to the World Cup. So we've got Argentina, who are we watch them often. They're a very, very strong outfit. We've got Korea and Spain, which I don't know too much about them. I'm definitely going to be doing my homework though now that we know that that's who we're facing. I think, like I just said, there's never going to be an easy game. It looks like we could have had a worse group.
Yeah, it could always be worse, but as always, we wish you all the best, and we know you're not going to disappoint. That is it for this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below with your favorite moments. And as always, I'm your favorite presenter, SK, and when you're looking for all things sports and cultural, look through the telescope.